Focus on Ghana is brought to you in association with MoneyGram.
Welcome back. We're still talking businesses, African businesses in the UK. And the discussion has moved on to a very interesting point, customer service, especially when you go to the African restaurants, the Ghanaian ones. You wait minutes on end before your food is served. Washington and Carl are helping me. We still have Kujo from Enfield on the line. Now, Carl, you were explaining yourself away as to why there's so much delay.
Well, as I was saying, is the fact that also the customers will come in and want everything instantly. There's also this culture that everybody wants to join the queue, jump the queue. So rather than coming in, being seated, you place your order. And one of the things that we're trying to do at Safari now is to try and tell people what the waiting time is going to be for relevant food. But if you have a group of, let's say, 12 that have booked a table, and each of them is having different food, and you're trying to get all the food to them at the same time, it is very difficult. And fortunately, the African restaurants in UK, we're very, very young. We're now learning. We're learning how to get certain equipment, certain things that will facilitate us to be able to provide an excellent service, as Kojo from Enfield would like to. But it will take time. As long as they keep supporting us, and they bear with us.
Kojo?
Yeah, Kwaku.
Does he answer the question?
My thing is to me, the whole business is underinvested. It's underfunded.
Okay.
When you go in there, the whole setup it looks common and garden. If you don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it looks ordinary. It's not attractive. It can only attract Ghanaians. It can't attract the other foreigners like the English, Indians, and so on and so forth. So the business always, they will never get money. The only way you can attract foreigners is to invest heavily.
Okay.
But it's the other way around.
Right.
Also, the shipping industry, don't go there. It's very dodgy.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Now let me come to you, Washington. The issue of top-notch customer service seems to kind of be the bane of the very many medium-scale size businesses and small-scale size businesses. What do we need to do to stay in the competition? Because there are the Tesco's, there are the Asda's, and there are the Kumasi Markets, there are the Safaris, and there are all the other restaurants. How do we manage these?
We just need to become more proud as Ghanaians, as Africans, and want to deliver better product, a better service, a better to find a way of making our food more commercially viable. I know through some experience with catering that a lot of the food that we like to eat as Africans takes longer to make, to prepare. If you're looking at cow foot stew, cow foot takes several hours just to boil. So you find that it doesn't keep as well. So how do we find the balance? How do we also create a scenario where someone from Zimbabwe is interested in eating this food? Now, one thing I know is across Africa, we all have a palate to eat similar food. So we need to make it...
We're not just concentrating on foods and that. We caught up with a hairdresser who looked at some of the challenges she faces in her sector of the business, and also we posed a very interesting question. If it is that you have food items sold in Tesco and a Ghanaian-owned or African market, where would you go? Let's see what she said.
There are things happening in Britain that is a bit of a problem. Business is not going well like it used to. A lot of people are opening shops in the market, and that's where the Ghanaians go. So business is not going well like it used to, because the prices are cheaper, and also our shops are expensive due to the rent we pay. Even these days, Tesco is selling fufu, and Ghanaians choose to go there instead. Same with hairdressers. We are praying to God that everything goes well. No, I don't go to Tesco to buy Ghanaian food, because in Tesco, they store food for a long time. But with the Ghanaian food, everybody buys it here from Brixton. Tesco will always put expiry dates, but I know that when it's old, and when it's fresh, I can tell. So I don't go to Tesco.
So no matter what the competition brings, people identify with their own. How do we sustain ourselves in the competition? How have you done it?
I don't know how I've done it, but I will agree with the lady there. And I don't think it is a new problem that we've had. It goes back to Ghana. Well, at least I can talk for Ghana. I think Nigeria is a bit different. Anything foreign is better than our own. One of the problems is we talk ourselves down. And if your previous caller, Kojo, as you were saying, we talk ourselves down. We do not encourage ourselves. We are ashamed of everything that our fellow African does, or we expect them to be straight on top. So if you look, I'll give you examples in Ghana, at least when I was growing in Ghana. I was a time where batik, and I think probably that's one of the things you are wearing, they nearly kill it off. Yet we're prepared to buy second-hand clothes coming from the West, from Oxfam.
Okay.
It is, and actually it took the African Americans to come and save this traditional batik before we started getting into it. And I even see that it's actually the second generation Ghanaians that are growing up here are the ones that are actually patronizing us.
Okay. Well, we'll be looking at what business advisors and others help to maintain us in the competition. But new ones are coming. New organizations, as you said, second generation Ghanaians, second generation Africans, Zimbabweans, Nigerians, are bringing up fresh ideas in the form of business enterprises. Savvy Concierge is one of the very challenging things that has come, and we caught up at their launch, and we had a very interesting time. Really, it is a very ambitious thing. Let's see how it went.
Ghanaian-based businesses in the UK are evolving. Existing ones are doing fine and gaining ground in the economy. There are other exciting ones that are coming up as well, ones that are tailored to the needs and expectations of the times. One such organisation is the Savvy Concierge, put together by a group of enterprising young Ghanaians. The organisation was launched recently at the Ghanaian High Commission in London.
Nananum, Master of Ceremonies, Madame. It's great to be here tonight. The sun is indeed shining on the relationship between the United Kingdom and Ghana. And I think the advent of this very special concierge service is an example of the deepening and the strengthening of the relationship between our two countries. And I just want to congratulate the bright young team who are behind this initiative.
Akosia Anabel Dodu, the Communications Director of Savvy Concierge, presented the organisation to the audience.
Savvy Concierge. It's a discreet, private luxury lifestyle service for both individuals and corporate businesses. So we specialise in providing a membership-only concierge service for Britain-based companies, individuals and investors who are going over to Ghana, and vice versa. So if you're an individual or a business or an investor in Ghana and you're coming to the UK, we work with you as well.
So what do you make of the whole Savvy Concierge?
It's something that whose time has come. We need something like this. We haven't had it in the community for some time. We don't have it in Ghana, and we don't have it in our community here. So I was amazed that these young folks came up with the idea, and we need to uphold it, nurture it, and ensure that 10 years from now we will be one of the biggest companies we have in the UK and in Ghana too.
That was a report by Mami Sika Danso. Well, gentlemen, let me come to the part that is quite challenging to the businesses. Where do we get support from? Do we go to the banks, to government, from our friends, from our own pockets, and where? How do we do it?
We have to grow our businesses organically. It's very difficult for us to access finance, as it's, according to statistics, Africans are the group that find it most difficult to access funding for their businesses. So one of the things that we always encourage people to do is to look at how they can start small within their budget and try find ways to grow without spending as much money. But it's very difficult to access finance. I'll just quickly give one example of myself. When I first came into the UK, I walked into Victoria, and there was a shop in there, and they gave me a free mobile phone. Lo and behold, I took it and I didn't realize I still have to pay the bill. So it affected my credit rating.
Let me give the last bit to Carl. How do we develop quickly?
We need to do our studies.
Okay.
We need to do our homework. I think that's where you should start from. And it is ironic that this was launched at the Ghana High Commission. My question is that what are the high commissions or the embassies of the African countries doing to support these businesses?
Well, Ghanaian and all African-owned businesses are massively contributing to the growth of the British economy and also providing the indigenous Ghanaian or African person the chance to access goods and services that are tailored to his or her need. Challenges or no challenges, the development of the business units will have to move in the upward direction. Do your bit, patronize the goods and services that are provided by your kith and kin. The balance has to be right. My guests, Carl and Washington, thank you very much for coming. Your contributions are very valuable. I say thank you very much to my viewers for sticking around. Let's meet again same time for another edition of the program Focus on Ghana. Let's hear from you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.